ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Roundtable. I'm sorry. My man was making his dinner, and he's made a pizza, everyone. I should have made it my Hey Friend Hey, or my favorite thing, because I love an Aldi pizza. That's how we get down here on the Roundtable. Welcome to our messy show. Woo-woo! Number 122. Hi. Happy October, everybody. My name is Robert Bannon. I'm coming to you live from Motor City in Detroit, Michigan. And we have the celebration of 49 years of the Rocky Horror Picture Show with Barry Bostwick, Patricia Quinn, and Nell Campbell. And have I ever seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show? No. And are you judging me? Yes. And do I care? No. Because I'm going with Mike. And Mike is watching. And if you're watching this at home, my bestie Mike said that I replaced him. I could never replace you, Mike. And we're definitely going to talk about you on tonight's show with the cast of Rocky Horror. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Happy Thursday. Thank you all for coming in. Abby says, hello, lovely roundtablers. The week starts when the show begins, and this week can only get better. Amen. Thank God it is Friday. Tomorrow. I know your week's just beginning, but my week needs to come to an end out here with these kids in these streets, everybody. Holy moly. Hi, Christine is here. Christine, let's do the Time Warp, celebrating 49. You know, that's a bop. That song is good. I was listening to it. Let's do the Time Warp again. That is a song. I'm here for that one. That's a good one. So, Christine, we want to say a special shout out to our friend Christine, who is in North Carolina, and shout out to her mom. Hi, Judy. My good Judy. They were affected by the hurricane. Everybody that was affected by the hurricane, and she let us know that there are hundreds, if not thousands, of people that are unaccounted for in the mountains of the Carolinas and literally neighborhood cities. It's reminiscent to me of when Hurricane Katrina came to New Jersey and you saw the Jersey Shore get washed away, literally houses disappear. So we send our love and our support to everybody that's been affected by the hurricane. If you want to subscribe or help, there's a disaster relief fund. The link is here. This goes to the Carolinas specifically. And you can donate. All you got to do is go to the American Red Cross. There's a disaster relief fund out there so we can get money and supplies and help to the people who need it most. So we're sending you lots of love, Christine, to everybody affected by what's going on. Hi, Marie. Hello, Robert and Darius and everyone. Darius is over there. He's eating the pizza. A little Aldi pizza. The meat lovers. I got the cauliflower and I was judged for it. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. Sometimes we love cauliflower pizza. Thanks, Christine. Back to you. Hi, Tyler. Tyler, where are you from, Tyler? Let's give into Guilty Pleasure, my favorite all-time cult classic. Yes, we have a Rocky Horror fan. How many times have you seen it? Do you know what to do? Like, do you know when to throw the toilet paper and when to, what else is there? I'm excited that you're here. Thank you for being here and putting up with my beginning, which is a mess. And then you'll see the Rocky Horror Cast, which is also a mess. And then that's it. Toronto, Canada in the house. Hey, I'm in Detroit. I can almost see Canada from my house. I'm happy you're here. Should we get started? Well, happy Mean Girls Day, everyone. Today is October 3rd. And it is the day when in Mean Girls, Lindsay Lohan asks him out, and the whole thing. I directed this show. I should know the story. But listen, the students in my NJPAC students who did Mean Girls wrote to me on Instagram and reminded me that today is Mean Girls Day. So happy Mean Girls Day. And Mean Girls is coming to the Fisher Theater in Detroit as part of Broadway in Detroit. So shout out to everybody on Broadway in Detroit. We'll be talking about them in a moment. Mike says, okay, Sarah Palin, I can see Russia. No one asked you, Mike. That's the joke. It was between me and Tina Fey to play Sarah Palin on SNL. And she beat me by a hair. Adrian says, I think the Muppets should recreate Rocky Horror. I love it. And Mike says, Muppets in drag. Perfect. I think Kermit would look great as the Tim Curry role. I think, and Fozzie could be Meatloaf. And my doorbell is ringing. Oh my God. Darius, be safe. is it? Do you answer the doorbell? Let's take a hot take, and I'm here for you all. This show is going to be a disastrous mess. You're going to love it.
Smoking.
So my question to you on the hot take is, do you have a tattoo? Now, I'm not asking you to tell me your deepest, darkest place you have a tattoo, or if it's a secret and you haven't told your mother, your grandmother, your aunt, your goddaughter, whatever. I'm not asking that. Some of you, I know the answer. I do. And I'm not going to shout you out because maybe you don't want me to tell you. But you'll find out why I ask you. Do you have a tattoo, Roundtable family? In a few moments. Let's talk about my weekend. So this week was a really fun week, and I thank you all for being here with me. I did go see Some Like It Hot, and I'm going to tell you about it. I want to shout out my nephew, my Darius's nephew, my sister's son. I don't know if they don't call me Uncle Robert because that's just weird. I'm just Robert. But what I do know is that Jordan, it turned the big 19, happiest birthday. He helps his mom. He helps his uncle. He's a sweetheart. Helps his grandmother. Helps his great aunt. He is just somebody who is always doing and helping. And he's the quiet warrior that is Jordan. And I wish him the happiest birthday. Happy birthday, Jordy. And hi, sister. My sister is here. Oh, it was a package from my mother. Mom, the package is here. Mama Rose, I love you. She says, hey, Darius, love you. And we love you. Thank you, Mama Rose. Mama Rose had to go to CVS and send me my anxiety medicine because you can ask Darius and Mike and Adrian and my mother how I am without my anxiety medication. You don't want to see that show. He says, thank you, Uncle Robert. Thank you, Jordan. Look, one day I said to them, well, you're Uncle Darius. And they were like, Darius was like, why is he Uncle Darius? He's just Uncle. That's just Uncle. So Uncle is over there, and we wish you a happiest birthday. Yeah, see? My mom says I'm great, but no, we don't want to see that. And Adrian says, oh, no, we don't want to see that. And Lattes, that's what I look like without it. Pow. So this week, back to the week. We went this week to see, I went to see Some Like It Hot with Deidre, who I said on the pre-show controversially is like the Adrian of Detroit because she's Darius's Adrian, who goes with him to things and does things. And then Mike said, I've replaced Mike and Adrian, which is not true. But we did go and we Some Liked It Hot. And I want to shout out to the wonderful cast of Some Like It Hot, which we had them on the Roundtable online on the Broadway Podcast Network and on YouTube, and shout them out. They were so good. We had such a blast. And she is giving looks for days. Come on and pose, Deidre, out here in these streets. And we had a great time. So thank you to everybody over at Broadway in Detroit at the Fisher Theater. They have shows every 2 weeks. I'm exhausted. I thought Broadway had a lot of shows, but they keep sending us to more shows. On Saturday night, me and Darius went and saw A Bronx Tale, which over again at the Fisher. We had a Saturday date night, and Chaz Palminteri was here 2 weeks ago. And I tell you, I told Mike and Adrian, I tell everybody, when Chaz Palminteri comes to your neighborhood and does the one-man show of A Bronx Tale, and he plays 18 characters, it is a must-see. It is very, very good. He's amazing. We saw Chaz afterwards. We had a moment where we talked about Darius going to University of Michigan. Chaz's daughter goes to University of Michigan. So it was a grand old time for sure. We had a good time. I loved it. So shout out to Chaz. Thank you for the tickets. Thanks for saying hello to us after the show. And yes, I did go horseback riding. I did. Darius always looks sharp. He does. He's always dressed, and he makes me dress better. Today, I came out, and I was in jeans, and I had a sweater with a hood from Express. I know it was a joke, Mike, and it was funny, and I loved it, and it made me really laugh, but it was really funny. I loved it. Hi, Fran. Hi, Fran. Hi, Fran. See, Darius loved it. We loved it. It was a great, great show. Loved it. We had a good time. And we were in the third row, so we had to pay like really good attention and not fall asleep. So what was I saying? I don't remember. So we went horseback riding. And yeah, I survived. It was a Sunday date. It was a little rainy and it was a little cold, but it was perfect. It was like perfect horseback riding weather. Perfect. And we had a really great time. This is us here, a shot. And I love this. And we went to CVS and made a copy and put it on our fireplace. We have a fireplace because we're bougie people here. And come over. No, I'm kidding. Don't all of you come over at the same time. And so we took pictures and we had a great time. Here's my selfie. There we are on the trail. There's like a horse park. It's about an hour from here. And we had a good time. I don't know why they put me on the world's largest horse. Darius is on the world's largest. I mean, Darius is very tall. And Darius looks like that horse it was high. Look at that woman. That woman is 7 feet tall. She plays for the Philadelphia 76ers. That is a 20-foot horse. And they put me on this horse. And in the beginning, the horse thought it was going to get the best of me. No, horse. No, you're not. You pull that rein. And she said, pull it like you mean it. And I pulled it and the horse went. And I thought, oh, I'm going to get run off this horse. But eventually, with some kindness and compassion, me and the horse became one in nature. Well, let me show you. I filmed a video. Take a peek. Calm as can be. That face was not me being really scared. I was scared. Y'all, it's scary. The horse is high. So it was a great time. The shout out to High Vibes horseback riding for the private trail that me and Darius took. It was a perfect date and I had a wonderful time. I joke and kid, but it was really nice and calm. And I probably didn't speak very much, which was probably a very rare moment. The only animal we have in our house is this lady, Diamond. Diamond is our horse. So it was a great week. It was a good week and I'm grateful for everybody that's here. Bougie. Yes, see, we're bougie here. There's a fireplace, Mike. I never had a fireplace in New Jersey. I didn't even have a house in New Jersey. I didn't even have an apartment in New Jersey. I lived with my father, who might be watching right now. And if he is, thank you for letting me live there. It was cheaper. Tyler in Canada says, I'd love to go horseback riding again. You should. It's so good. My sister says, I was really looking for a tall woman. You can't take anything I say for real. You can't say anything I say for real. If they were gorgeous trails. Michigan's beautiful. There's beaches here, allegedly. I have not seen them. They tell me they're here. I believe it. So let's talk about our it's time for our shameless plug. Oh, it's controversial.
Because I'm shameless.
So we are going to have a lot of shows this week. You know, if you're watching us for the first time, hi, welcome to the show. I hope you follow us. You can follow me at Robert Bannon on Instagram, and you can listen, I should say, to the Broadway Podcast Network every day. If whatever you don't see here on Thursday night is on the podcast network and on the YouTube channel below us. It's called the Roundtable Talks, which are extra episodes. And if you've missed the past episodes, it's 122. There's another 195. And then we did a show during the pandemic that had 100. So there's like hundreds and hundreds of hours of me doing this messy show in the world for you to see. And next week, I feel you lattes. It is very out of control. You feel out of control. I'm with you. So next week, there's a special roundtable on Tuesday that I want to tell you about. I was just talking to Adrian beforehand because we have a guest on Monday, and the guest on Monday is kind of controversial. And I was telling her that our show is not like a controversial show. Like that is not my bag, is controversy. But sometimes I feel like there's politics and there is issues that are so important. And as a teacher here in Detroit, and as a teacher that was in North Bergen and Newark in New Jersey, I find that certain things seem common sense to me and they're not political. And one of those things is gun control and the stopping of violence in our streets, to our youth, in our schools, inner cities and suburban cities and places that there are high schools and there are schools and there are churches and movie theaters and the street where people are use guns and violence. So I have the real honor to have a conversation with the mayor of Baltimore, who's a star, who's named Brandon Scott. He's the youngest mayor in Baltimore. He dropped the murder rate in Baltimore over 30% last year and dropped it to under 300 killings. The city of Baltimore has more killings than New York, but is less than a third of the size and population. So he took it upon himself. I had the chance. He has a brand new documentary. So on Tuesday night, you can join me, a very special roundtable, the body politics, guns in America, Tuesday, October 8th, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, with Brandon Scott, the mayor of Baltimore, and filmmaker Gabriel Francis is going to be here as well. And we were going to talk about what they've done and how it can affect other cities like New York, Oakland, St. Louis, New Orleans, Detroit, etc. They want to come to Detroit and do a screening. And I was really honored. Hi, David. Hi, everybody that's just joining us. And it is on the day before the birthday of my sister here, Renee's son, Javi, and Darius's nephew. And there's unnecessary families that have to deal with what goes on in this world due to guns and to violence. And we need to talk about it. And I dedicate this show to him. And it's a very special hour-long special chat. I spoke to the mayor for over 30 minutes. I don't know if I'm the right person to talk to political figures because, you know, I'm a little messy. But I did my best. And as Lattes is a Marylander, is that what you call it? A Marylander? And you know, Brandon Scott is a star. And the governor of Maryland right now is also a star, Governor Moore. And we talk all about that. So do not miss Tuesdays, this very special episode. It is a very important conversation. I don't know why guns is a political issue. No one's taking them from you. We're just trying to have common sense gun control where we can be safe to walk our streets. So make sure you tune in on Tuesday. What is also coming up next week? Well, Monday, for better or for worse, however you feel, but the Roundtable is a show where we have all points of view and all people can come on, and it's where artists talk about art, and I don't do controversy. So on Monday, I have a very special conversation there's a brand new movie out called The Lost Holiday, and it stars Vivica A. Fox and Jussie Smollett. Yes, that Jussie Smollett from Empire fame. Me and Jussie had a very long conversation. Do you know he went to Paramus Catholic like Mike Melfa? So Jussie Smollett is on the show on Monday. We do not talk about his issues. We do not talk about him getting in trouble. We talk about art. We talk about growing up. We talk about his family. We talk about what it means to be queer in America in this day and age and why he made a film about parents who don't accept their queer children. That's out now. If you like it and you are here for it, then watch. It's a great, fun time. If you don't, that's okay. There's another show on Tuesday, but Jussie Smollett joins us on the show on Monday, and I had a good time. He's a good time. Yes, Mike Melfa. He did. He went there, and we talk about it. And I said to him, come to my wedding. And he said, I'd rather be at your wedding than go back to my old high school because I'm not going back there. See, you learn something new every day on the Roundtable. That's why I'm here, America. That's why I'm here. So we'll have lots more news about shows. JC Chazé of NSYNC is coming on the show. Adrian's going to talk to Joey McIntyre of New Kids on the Block. You don't want to miss a moment of what we got for you coming up in the coming days and weeks. Let's talk about my Hey Friend Hey. I'll be there for you.
How you doing?
A's yelling, what? What about JC Chazé? Is that a big deal? The NSYNC guy? The NSYNC guy comes to the Roundtable October 25th on Broadway World. Yes. Bye. And Tamla Mann and all sorts of things. Adrian says it's a big deal. Yes, JC Chazé. It's good. I love it. Well, Adrian, speaking of the devil, is our Hey Friend Hey. Adrian is the new, yes, he was on the Mickey Mouse Club. He was with Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Ryan Felipe, that other guy, I loathe the Justin Timberlake. I'm sorry. I don't enjoy the Justin Timberlake. Tyler says I have serious connections. That's right. I'm from New Jersey. My connections. You'll swim with the fishes, Tyler Pinellas. No, I am just very lucky. I don't know how any of this happened. But we're doing good. We're like on an upswing here on the round table. Thank you. So our Hey Friend Hey is a shout out to Adrian. Adrian is a viral superstar. She is the opposite of me. That's what we were talking about before. I'm not controversial at all. I don't even talk about, I have Jussie Smollett on and we don't even talk about that. And I'm like the Jimmy Fallon. You know when Jimmy Fallon had that other guy running for president on and he didn't talk about politics with him? I don't do that. Like, that's not what this show is about. I do Broadway, like next week's show. Lilius White, Isabel McCullough, American artists talking about art. Whoop, whoop. Adrian is on the TikTok cursing. She's cursing and she's yelling. And I love it because she's calling people to the carpet and she's hearing nonsense and she's fighting the fight out here. And Adrian has surpassed us all as a TikTok superstar with 2,667 followers. I don't know why she's following 3,000 people, but I'm not judging you, Adrian. That seems like a lot of people. And look at this. 47,000 views, 132,000 views, 24,000 views the other day. Look, you can even see in her face she's pissed. So Adrian is our Hey Friend Hey. Girl, you better go troll the world. Go get him, Tiger. She is passionate. You click the button and she says, F you. F Jersey it up. She's out here. So it's making me, that's what she's doing. So if you're out there and you want to follow Adrian, you can follow her. Mike said, you better go, girl. I sent her a video the other day. Someone running for president said that they don't teach math and writing anymore in schools. They only teach transgender things. I said, Adrian, you better write. You better write. You better let me get a salad and watch this. You better make a video. Make a video great again, Adrian. So shout out to you. And I want to. Why are you all here? Why do you encourage this behavior? I want to shout out Ken Page. Gavin, the people that passed away this week, a lot of people. John Amos, who I knew in Englewood, worked at the John Harms, and Gavin Creel was a brilliant performer. He never did our show. We never saw him on a red carpet, but it's so sad to see someone die of cancer at such a young age so quickly. And then Ken Page. Now, Ken Page was on our show. Ken Page was on our show during the pandemic. And it was when I co-hosted the show with someone named Lee. And Lee moved to Portugal, thank God. And we did 52 episodes of the show. And I thank Lee. He produced my first album. And he had the idea for Quarantine Cabaret and Cocktails. And I would never be here today without Lee because we used his connections to start our show. He was an agent and a manager and a record person for Broadway people. And then the show built. And then Lee left. And then I took the reins and did a better job without him. But that's besides the point. But when Lee had the show, my favorite episode of all time was when Lee had Ken Page, Denise Williams, and the men of Chippendales on the show. Yes, show love to Adrian. Hi, David. I hope you're doing okay out there in North Carolina and you're okay surviving the hurricane we talked about earlier. Go away. So I have a clip. Little Sam, Ken Page was the voice of Oogie Boogie, and Little Sam was 3 years old. And we showed him a clip of Little Sam singing The Boogie Woogie Man. So I want to send this out to Ken Page and all the love and the excitement he gave to people in Ain't Misbehaving and The Wiz. And then, of course, in The Nightmare Before Christmas. Take a peek at this throwback.
Yes.
Little Sam. How old is Sam?
He's 3. He's going to be 4.
3. 3. This is the effect you're having on 3-year-olds.
Ah.
I'm grabbing. I know you
And I tried.
That's the best part. That's the best part.
Yeah. I tried so
it.
hard today to get Sam to agree to come on and meet you, but
He was trying.
he was
He was trying. I don't. But
Next
but
year.
he's obsessed with the movie. I know that I had student, that's his grandma right there. They
Hi,
have
Grandma.
So that made me think of him. He was so sweet and kind. He sent a video to Sam afterwards where he did the voice. And I'm grateful for moments like that. It's fun to do the show and we could share it with the people we care about and special things like that. So rest in peace, Kim Page. And thank you for all that you did for us here, but also for the world. Look, Tyler says the kid, we're going to talk to Patricia Quinn in a few minutes. Oh, my Lord, sliding down the stairs. I also want to answer our question of the day. Do you have a tattoo? I don't have a tattoo, but sometimes I do kind of think about it. I know you'll be all shocked, but I do kind of think about it. So let's get your answers. Okay. My sister says she has a lot of them, as do the boys. They do have tattoos. Adrian says, do you remember when I won a tattoo contest? I do. Adrian won a tattoo contest in Paramus, New Jersey at Just Jake's. No, I don't remember. The Junkyard. Holy cannoli. She has a tattoo of Mickey Mouse on her leg. So I do know Adrian has a tattoo. Tyler says he doesn't have any tattoos, but his dad has quite a few of them. So that's cool. My mom has no tattoos. We know that. And Mike Melfa does have tattoos. Mike Melfa has a Yankee symbol on his arm. Christine says, I have no tattoos on my body, but I have scars from all the surgeries as a survivor. Amen, Christine. That's right. I hear that. So that's battle scars. That's battle tattoos for sure. Let's see who else. Marie says she has no tattoos, but Devin Velez, our friend. Hey, Devin Velez, we love you much. I'm just thinking about him. And why was he on my mind? I must have saw him on Instagram, and I was like, he better sing. Honoring our relationship, it's 3 numbers, 765, surrounded by the letter M on his right bicep. And Devin has a lot of tattoos. That's the ultimate gift, honor. So who else we got here? Boop, boop, boop. And then Darius says he has multiple tattoos. So I was shooketh because when I first was talking to Darius a couple of years ago, I didn't think Darius had any tattoos. And then he told me he had a couple, and he does. He has the Black Panther, and he has a G-clef musical sign, and he has, he has them. And one of them is I don't know. Oh, and I did know that Lattes had tattoos. I did know. She's 5. And each one is special. However, the best is yet to come. 31 years in the making, and it will be worth the wait. Oh, I hope so. I hope it is. You better be free as a bird. Lattes. Yes. Amen. So I don't have a tattoo, but Darius does. And one of Darius's tattoos was about sisters or family or siblings, and is on his right here. And it's got to do with the television show Charm. So tomorrow on Broadway World, I had the great honor. It was really fun and special because I loved Alyssa Milano, and I know Mike does, and I know Darius does, and I know Adrian does, and I know we all love Alyssa Milano. We grew up with Who's the Boss, and Darius loved Charm. So when Alyssa Milano was here, I had to show her Darius's tattoo. Take a peek, sneak peek of what's coming tomorrow on Broadway. I would be divorced before I get married. I marry my husband in May, and I have to show you I have receipts, Alyssa Milano, of how much we love you in this house. This is the tattoo on his back shoulder. It is the charm.
Come on.
Oh, we don't play. Darius Wheeler right here.
Wow.
He has
That is amazing. That is
and a little
joke.
scary.
I love it. There are many amazing people on the planet that have the triquetra tattooed on their bodies. So you're lucky to have him.
I sure am. So Darius, Alyssa Milano, we showed her yesterday. I said, can I take a picture of the tattoo? He said, if you're showing Alyssa Milano, yes, you can.
Oh,
so
I love it so much. Well, congratulations.
Alyssa Milano and the salad. So when I showed Darius this, Darius said that I don't recall having that conversation. Because you see, sometimes on this show, there's artistic liberty to my stories. Maybe it didn't happen exactly the way I say, like on the pre-show when I said, or in the beginning of the show when I said Mike has been showing Rocky Horror since the days of the Barrymores inventing theater, movie theaters. That's not technically true. So maybe he didn't say if you're showing Alyssa Milano, but he meant it in his feelings and his ESP and yeah. And he shared it vocally through his mind, like the amazing Kreskin. And I interpreted it and shared that with Alyssa Milano. And now tomorrow, thousands and thousands of people can see my beautiful man and his tattoo. And Alyssa Milano is in Chicago. And I really love this interview. She was very sweet. She's gorgeous. She does not age. And it's a very special episode. So watch it tomorrow on Broadway World. Do I have anything else I'm supposed to say to you? I think I've said enough. I don't have anything else. I don't have a favorite thing this week. My favorite thing is you for being here with me. That's my favorite thing. And I love you all so much for it. And I don't have a Detroit thing because I showed you my Detroit things, which was horseback riding and Chaz Palminteri and some Like It Hot. Tyler is a fellow brain cancer survivor too. I go in for surgery on November 13th to get another growth removed. Oh God, Tyler, well, we're going to send you love. Come back on before November 13th. We'll all send you prayers and love. And they're showing a lot of local Rocky Horror at a local theater here on Halloween. So I hope you go. And I know the surgery is going to be great. And I know you're going to feel better than ever. And you're a trooper and you're tough. And we love you for that. And yes, we all know this man is crazy. And we are talking about me. And I am crazy in the best way. And as Latte says, duh. And you're all crazy because you're here. You choose to be here. He asked me to marry him first. So amen. And we love you, Tyler. Thanks for sharing the show with us. Well, Rocky Horror is here. Okay, listen, since we're messy, here's my disclaimer. I haven't hit this button in a long time. So I set up an interview with the Rocky Horror cast, and they're in New York City for 3 hours, and we get a very special 30 minutes. Thanks to Sean Katz, Scott Stander, and everybody who's doing the tour. The Rocky Horror Show is 3 different performances going around at the same time around this country, from New York to LA. And we get the 3 stars, Barry, Patricia, and Nell. And we're all here, and I'm all excited. And Scott and Sean say to me, there's a delay on your camera, and it's very glitchy. And I say, oh, it must be your Wi-Fi because my Wi-Fi is amazing. And then they say, yeah, but it's hard to hear you. And I say, but it must be your Wi-Fi because you're in a studio and I'm home connected to my Wi-Fi. But it was the day that Verizon had the outages. Well, we have a great interview. They're fun and a mess. And there are kind of mess. So we have this messy interview and it's great. And then I download the video and I'm glitchy. And I move like Godzilla. I said in the pre-show, I was like Frankie Valli, lip syncing for my life. And thank you, sister. That's right. This is the great. I'm not like this in real life, everyone. In real life, I'm very quiet. I'm saintly. I don't use limited vocabulary. I don't talk inappropriately. I meditate and do a lot of yoga, and I'm a monk for 4 days of the week. And then I do the show, and for 1 hour, I let it out. So, yeah, see, they dress up outside with audience participation. So the show, right, and they dress up. So my, thank you. See, yes. Oh, my sister says we're not going to fit here. Okay. All right. So maybe you all know me in real life. But the point is, me quiet. I'm so quiet, like a church mouse. So the video of me is not great, but the video of them is amazing. And they're fun and they're funny. And I'm excited for y'all to check it out. I'm really honored that the cast of Rocky Horror joins us here on the roundtable. Take a peek. Well, I'm here with the legends themselves. It's not Halloween. It is not the fall. It is not I'm a Scorpio. I'm a Halloween baby, so I think I got some Rocky Horror in my blood. I'm so excited. Barry Bostwick is back. Patricia and Nell, welcome to the roundtable.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. How lovely.
Nell and Patricia, I'm sorry to say Barry was here last year, and you have big shoes to fill because he, live on the air with us, he decided to eat a Frankfurter right on the air. as only Barry Bostwick can do. So we're so happy you're back, Barry.
I don't even remember that.
That's okay. That's okay.
Frankfurter come from? Oh, because Frankfurter and the
Frankfurter.
movie, and you're a hot dog. And
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on 49 years since this film is out. Over 50 cities. You three are bringing this film to over 50 cities this October. Let's start with you, Nell. Nell, when you auditioned for this, when you first filmed this, could you even imagine 49 years later what this has been?
Well, first of all, I auditioned for the theatre production, which was at a tiny, tiny theatre in London, 60-seater, even though there were no seats in the theatre at the time. And it was to run.
They were wooden chairs.
Yeah, it was to run for 3 weeks. So it's a show to run for 3 weeks. That's it. That's what I didn't audition. Jim Sharman, the director, and the writer, Richard O'Brien, and as it happens, the musical director, Richard Hartley, all walked into a cafe where I was waitressing, and I happened to be tap dancing on the top of a table, which was just my style, so I wouldn't get bored. And Jim had
Like most waitresses.
Jim had just told Richard that the little bit of script, it was only 12 pages, only had one servant in it, which Mary Shelley only has one servant in Frankenstein and all other films. And Jim said, no, you need 2 more servants for backup vocals. And then they walked into this cafe. I was tap dancing on the tabletop. And Jim said he just looked at Richard O'Brien and said, and there's your servant.
That's great. I have never heard that story.
I've never heard it. She's just made that up.
Every word.
Are
of
you
it.
kidding? I've come fresh from talking with Jim Sharman, the director, and getting some further details, because I do a one-woman show called All's Nell That Ends Nell about Rocky Horror and about my nightclub.
Which,
Nell's
by
in
the
New
way,
York.
I've seen, and it's fantastic.
Thank you, darling.
Yes.
Well, Patricia, what was it like for you? How did you end up in this film?
I bloody auditioned. Nobody saw me dancing on a table.
Jim had seen Pat in what's his favorite musical?
Threepenny Opera.
Threepenny Opera, and he loved her Weimar Republic look. And he said, I want to audition that fabulous actress I saw in Threepenny
But
Opera.
I never knew that.
Yeah, but I'm telling you,
Oh,
that's why he
sorry,
wanted to
no.
see you.
Oh,
That's
sorry,
why
I'm
he
going
wanted-
to shut up now and listen to
Yeah.
this. It's news to
That's
me.
why he wanted to. I know how you were cast too,
Well, how was I cast?
because you arrived with Susan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because when Fox insisted on having Americans play the roles of Brad and Janet for the film, Jim flew to LA reluctantly because he wanted to use the original Brad and Janet, but so he had to bite the bullet. He flew to LA and auditioned people, and obviously Brad and Janet are a couple, and Susan and Barry arrived as a couple, and he thought, oh, that's convenient. I'll give them the roles. So
And
that's how he got the roles.
The rest is literally cinematic history. Barry,
How perfectly cast were they?
perfect. It's
Yeah.
perfection.
If
Now,
they had arrived together, they may not have been cast.
I have a confession. I have seen the movie. I saw it on Broadway, but I have never seen it with a shadow cast. I've never seen it with the props. I have never seen it with the things yelled back. What is it like, Barry, when you're there in front of 4,000 people, 3,000 people in a sold out theater, and you hear them mouthing the words, singing along with a local shadow cast 49 years later?
I do everything I can to avoid being hit by rolls of toilet paper. Whenever we say, Scott, damn it, Scott, when do they do that? They and being burned up by torches,
There's the light.
when there's a light. And it makes you feel like you're a rock star for a minute and a half while you're out there, and as a, Meatloaf, it was a rock star, and he was, but prior to him being a rock star, he was a rock star for us.
But he
definitely.
wasn't a rock star at all when
No.
we made the movie. No one had ever heard of him.
Yeah.
He'd played Eddie in the Los Angeles production. That's when he got cast in the film. No one
Yeah.
had ever heard of Meatloaf then.
It's amazing. Now, Patricia, is it true? Are you the famous lips in the poster in the beginning of the movie? Is that you?
No, that's a rumor.
Just a rumor.
It isn't. They are
Of
exquisite
course,
lips.
I'm the lips, darling. Who else could be the lips? Ooh, I love Tim Curry sitting in my mouth. It's nice. It's so pleasing. But yes, because on the last day of the shoot, Jim Sharman said to me, "Have you seen the Man Ray painting of the disembodied
It's
mouth?"
Called The
And
Lovers.
he said, "I beg your pardon?
It's called The Lovers, that painting.
Is it the
Yeah.
Lovers?
Have you said anyway? Excuse me." And he said it's his mistress's lips, and it was in the sky over Paris. And I said, "No, I've never seen it. I didn't know what you're talking about." It was the last day of the shoot. I was dying to go home, and I thought, just stop talking. I want to go home. I'm exhausted. And he said, "Well, I thought we could have your mouth, singing science fiction, your lips." And I said, "What?" And I said, "My mouth," and because in the show I play the usherette singing science fiction. But for the film,
The stage show.
Richard O'Brien recorded the song science fiction. So I said, I was kind of furious because it wasn't going to work, an usherette to open the film as far as they were concerned. So Richard O'Brien sang the song. He recorded it brilliantly, I must say. But I said to Jim Sharman, my lips and his voice, how much? So eventually I did the lips. I went to Elstree Studios, and it was terribly sad because Elstree was dark then. There was a writer's strike or something. There wasn't anybody there. It was completely just me and this tiny camera crew in the whole of Elstree.
So you didn't go back to Bray Studios the next day?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Where we filmed the film, Bray Studios. You went to Elstree.
And nothing was the next day, so I don't know what you're
Oh,
talking
I thought you went the next day to film that.
Yeah.
Well, you can think what you like. Anyway, ages later, I went to Elstree Studios to film the lips, and they had no technical way of doing it. So they just put a cloth over the camera and cut out a little hole in the cloth and were filming. But and they said, "No, don't move your head, just mouth the words." They said, "Do you know it?" And I said, "Yes, I do know it." So I sat, but my lips kept going out of frame because when you sing, mouth even, your face moves. So they couldn't keep the lips in the frame. So the guy behind the camera said, look at that arc lamp up there and that clamp. Take that arc lamp out of the clamp and clamp her. So they clamped my head. So I couldn't move at all. I was clamped, and it was great. And at the time, my husband kept ringing the studio to talk to me because he wanted a divorce. And I said, "Tell him I can't divorce him today. I'm clamped."
Well, if you want stories like these, everybody, you know that we got to get tickets to the 49th anniversary. Nell, Barry, and Patricia are all going around this country, and they've been doing it for the past few years. And you can get all the dates at scottstandard.com/Rocky. And you are literally from LA to New York, from, as you said, Detroit to Dallas to Florida, and you cross this country. And what is the evening like, Nell? Can you tell? You're going to come out. We can meet you. You're going to see the movie. Tell us what we can expect.
Hold on. I'm thinking. I have no idea what to expect because I'm going to make it up as I go along. It might be bits from my show. There's a Q&A, I believe, but there's going to be a fabulous Nellism. So you better be there. And also have everyone think about what they're going to ask me, what questions. Is there something?
But they
you want
also
to know?
have a contest, a costume contest,
Love
and
judging
a showing of the film as well, with the shadow cast of that area doing the film, as well as us and our Q&A.
And a meet and greet and before.
Yes.
And a virgin ceremony. See, you would be part of the virgin ceremony because a virgin in our sense of the word is somebody who has never seen the movie with a shadow cast. So you will, as you walk into the theater, get a V written on your forehead, and you will be recognized as a virgin. And then by the end of the virgin ceremony, you won't be a virgin anymore.
Well, Patricia, when you're in Detroit, me and you, baby, that's it. when we and there's a museum with artifacts from the film, which is amazing that this stuff has been held, because when you read about the folklore of this movie, nobody believed that this movie was going to be the kind of phenomenon that it is. No one would have thought that 49 years later you would sell out 50 dates around this country. Before this movie came out, Nell, you're from Australia. You were an actress. Barry was clown, Ringling Brothers. And Patricia, is it true you were a blackjack dealer at the Playboy Club?
Well, of course.
Can you imagine her, how fabulous as a bunny?
Yes.
Black and white, just like
She was
Magenta.
also an actress, darling, you know.
Absolutely.
I just got the bunny bit in.
Well,
One had to be a bunny. Suddenly the Playboy was opening in London and one had to get dressed up as that.
how can you all describe, Barry, how can you describe how this movie and all of your career of many credits and movies and television and awards and all of it, that this is the project that keeps coming back, this lives forever? How did it change your life, Barry?
I think I've embarrassed my children many times over the years when they think of their father in high heels and fishnet stockings and a bustier. And they finally caught on and sort of started appreciating it when my son went to Cambridge in the physics department getting his master's. And he called me from one of the halls there. And on the TV behind him was the Rocky Horror Picture Show playing. And I think that's when he became very proud of his father, that I have been, this basic
icon. That's Cambridge University in England, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's so, and then he was in Paris a couple of weeks ago, and he walked by a theater, and the Rocky Horror Picture Show was playing at that theater. It's all over the world. It continues to be all over the world.
It's massive, and I did a massive interview with Germany, and they've just actually upstairs at the Royal Court Theatre where we originally did it. And there's a stage show beginning in Germany as we speak. That's going to go on for a year. There's one in London with Jason Donovan doing it, and another stage show another year. It never stops. The stage never stops.
And it's the longest running film of all time.
Yeah, continuously running film?
Yeah. The longest continuously.
Is that what you say? Yeah, I never know how
I don't
to say
mean it's like a 7-hour film. I think that's Kurosawa.
Yeah.
I have a friend.
And it's in the Library of Congress. So, and Disney owns it now, and I don't think they know what the hell to do with it.
You know what?
Really?
You know those two people stuck in space till February? They should get a copy of it up there for them. They should definitely do time warping up there.
Oh,
don't you reckon?
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. My friend Mike, who's watching us right now from New Jersey, he ran movie theaters for he's 50, and he ran them from 16 years old. He knows every line because there was a midnight showing every Saturday with people lined up to see you all. And now to see it outside of a movie theater, but to see it in a performing arts center with you in person is such a special. That's it. This is the moment. So when you go on stage and people ask questions, are you still shocked? Nell, are there still questions that people ask that you have not heard before? Are people still coming up with unique?
Yeah.
What kind of questions do they ask you?
What my hotel room number is?
Yeah, I give that. Yeah, that's it. Huh?
Yeah.
I was like, did you have sex with Tim Curry?
Well, I always embrace that question.
You do?
Yeah.
What, because you had sex with Tim Curry?
I'm not going to say right at this round table.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay.
Patricia, what kind of questions do you get asked? What can we ask you? Are you still surprised by what people come up with?
No.
Okay. I hear that.
That's the long answer.
When you go when you're traveling, you're like rock stars, you all. You guys are all across this country. Barry, what's it like? Hotel to hotel, theater to theater. This is like group Rocky Horror group.
Right, that's what I did, because I did it last season, the first time, and I thought, this is the first time I'm going to be able to throw a television into the swimming pool. Because I felt like a rock star. So I thought, of course, I've got to do it.
Oh, apparently every
and I could then
hotel
have the fans
No TV.
queuing at my bedroom door, don't you think?
Yeah.
You know, I could do the rock star gig, definitely.
You feel like a rock star at about 7 o'clock at night to 9 o'clock at night. And then you go back to your room and say, oh, crap, I got to wake up at 6 in the morning and get on a plane and go to Des
Tell
Moines.
them that.
Well, but that's the reality of it. The reality of it is, no, we love doing it for 2 hours. And then the rest of it is drudgery.
That is just so not true.
But no,
I play Wordle, I read books, I've
Oh,
got
I
my
don't.
audio book,
I drink tequila.
I have a ball, I entertain some of the fans.
No,
Where,
I
in
don't.
your room?
I have the fans queuing up at my bedroom door.
Yes.
That's great. Yeah.
Oh, God.
You really? Well, Barry, you're about to head to Florida, and Barry's going to be in Florida, Ohio, West Virginia, Kentucky, Michigan. You're going all the way to Chicago to New York and all around. And then Patricia is going to be also Florida, California, coming to see me take my V card in Detroit, and then she's going to go to Indiana and North Carolina and Colorado and Dallas. And Nell, you're going to be from Niagara Falls all the way back to California and Canada and Boston and Ohio, Vegas.
J'adoring Boston. In the Gardner Museum, there's so much to see in Boston.
They've got you all working. You're on the road.
I know. I desperately want to have time. I like to go to the museum of every town I ever appear in. Hopefully there'll be. I've been to Boston before. It's fascinating.
Well, so no matter where you are, scottstandard.com/Rocky is where you can get.
Yeah.
Really? What were you studying in? You weren't.
You know, I have a degree.
In what?
In basically rocket science.
Oh, no.
I do.
No, you're
and
not.
That's why I think that they should get goddamn time warp up to those poor folk lost in space. And speaking of interviews, they gave the dullest interview. I imagine being basically they said they went up to space and they called their Uber to come in 3 days, right? Well, their Uber said got back to them and said your car will be here in 9 months. That's how long they left in, June, and now they're being picked up in February.
Well, I promise this.
Pardon?
You all were not a dull interview. I promise you that. You all are a good time. That I can promise. And, I knew it was going to be a good time because Barry was always a good time. And then you had Nell, and then you had Patricia.
Yeah.
It's a party. America, Canada.
America, Northern Ireland, Australia.
Yep.
That's where we're all from.
And just give me a hot dog so I can get out of here.
There's the hot dog. Patricia, when I see you in Detroit, can I give you a big hug? Can I give you a Halloween? Can we have a moment?
Oh, yeah.
Detroit is famous for Coney dogs, Coney hot dogs. So I can give one like Barry.
My darling, it's not one of my favorite things.
Is a Coney hot dog a deep fried hot dog, an Elvis Presley?
It's a hot dog with chili and onions and cheese on it.
Whoever invented a hot dog should be shot and turned back to the border.
I'm with
the American border.
Well, everybody, Rocky Horror Picture Show is a part of art, film, American institution. It is literally a tradition. No matter if you've seen it 1,000 times or you've never seen it at all, you've never seen it with them in your hometown. So no matter where you live across this country, they've got you covered. So make sure you grab a ticket. There's VIP meet and greet tickets are limited. So make sure if you want to meet them before the show and take a picture and get an autograph, perfect thing for Halloween. It's the perfect date night. Instead of going to the movie theater and spending, all this money to see a film on the screen, you could meet the stars of a classic. So make sure you get there. an honor to have you all here, truly.
Yes.
Oh yeah. All right.
We're so honored to be there and see the film and see you all in person. And we're excited. And I'm going to learn all the things I'm supposed to yell, and I'm going to start buying toilet paper.
Oh, you have to buy that from the shadow cast, because that's the only way they make money, is to selling their little prop bags, unfortunately. That besides the love and affection for this movie that they show on a nightly basis, you got to buy their prop bags for $5. That they've been up in their hotel room stacking it with cards and all of that kind of stuff. So please support your
shadow cast.
Support your shadow cast in your local cities. You know.
We'll be there. I'm buying my toilet paper in the lobby. Thank you all so much for being here.
Plus making sure you saw my jewels.
You are all gorgeous. You all come decked and done together. Let's go. Come on, jewelry. You all are beautiful. You too, Barry.
Oh, you want to see my jewels? All right.
Thanks so much for being here. It's a rare moment when I'm speechless. And they left me speechless. And you know, this show is messy, and I'm messy. I mean, I ate a salad right here. They were a run for my money, and they were a trip. Thank you all. Adrian says, this is one of the greatest interviews we've ever had. They were hysterical. Tyler says they should hire Nell at NASA. That's hysterical. Marie, look, that's what I was telling you. So I don't always tell the truth. I've not seen the movie. I want to wait for Mike. I promised Mike, you know. But I love Patricia. She is a shady lady. Oh, you could tell she's so English and so shady, and I'm here for it. And she gives side eye, and she talks down to me, and I love it. I love it. Entertaining conversations. They are super fun and humorous. The Rocky Horror Picture Show will always be a classic musical theater horror film. Fabulous chat. Now that was entertainment. It was something, everyone, and I'm so happy you're here. I don't know what to say. Jussie Smollett is here on Monday. The mayor of Baltimore is here on Tuesday, and Lilius White is here on Thursday. What the hell? What a week. What a messy show. And then Jason Robert Brown is on Broadway World next Friday, and tomorrow's Alyssa Milano. What the heck is going on with my show? The crazier and stupider I get, the more people come on. So I'm grateful that you're all here, because that means that you're just as trashy and messy as me. And I love you so much for being here. I know that the world is crazy. The Middle East is crazy. Adrian just texted me that the strike of the as the workers that are over there have been the workers and that have been postponed. Was Jussie canceled? He got in trouble. He paid his fine. He's got a movie out, and I'm a fan of what he does as an actor, what he does in his life. And if he got in trouble, it's my show, so I can have on whoever I want. So we have all sorts of fun things coming up for the next month. And I look forward to, thank you. I appreciate it. Christine, we're thinking about you and sending you lots of love. And I hope you continue to keep the faith out here in this world. Enjoy the wonderfulness with love. I say that. We enjoy the wonderfulness that is the world. Enjoy the people you love. If we learned one thing in these crazy times, is that tomorrow is never promised. So to take advantage of the people you love and give someone a big hug. I love you all. You spent the night with me, and that means a lot. And this show's a mess, so I appreciate you. And I'll bring you more mess next week. Next week, Lilius White, who won a Tony for The Life, who's one of the voices in Hercules, is going to tell you about her new song called Hoe is Life. And she's going to tell us why you're a hoe. And I wish I was kidding. And when you have something like that, what better place to be than here? God bless you. There's more good than bad. There's more love than there is darkness and hate, and there is more joy than there is sadness. If we just find it, the best is yet to come. I love you for being here, each and every one of you. Oh, Catrice, not you, Catrice. She's gonna tell you why. You'll have to watch and find out. Till next time. Thank you very much for being